Hey guys, Jacob over here. I just wanted to share some thoughts with you before tonight. Tonight is a very, very important night. Tonight is a night that a lot of us have been looking forward to a very, very long time. And if you are a Wisconsin sports fan, you have been looking forward to a night like this for a very long time. And really, we've got everything tonight. We have the NFL draft, we have Game 6 with Bucks versus Celtics, and we have Brewers at Cubs in one of the budding young rivalries in the MLB. That it's going to be a great night, and I'm seriously considering going live. I think I actually will for the first time ever. I'm just gonna go live and stick the camera in front of my face and watch the games and watch everything and see. And you guys can see how I watch sports, so that'll be interesting to watch. But we'll start with Game 6 here. My thoughts on Game 6. This is the time. This is the time for the Bucks to finally win a Game 6, and it's time for Giannis. It is time for him to take matters into his own hands. Last game, Game 5, he wasn't as effective as we'd like him to be. He scored 16 points. He almost had a triple-double, but I feel like he thinks that he was the reason we lost, even though he wasn't. But I feel like he thinks he's the reason why the Bucks lost Game 5, and I think he's going to bring it tonight. And I fully expect him to score at least 35 points. I think he's going to score over 40. And man, what a night it would be if he did that. He's got to take the control of this game. Like, I'm not saying that losing this game or not taking control of it would be detrimental to his legacy or anything like that. Obviously not. But like, if he wants to put himself on the map truly as being in the pantheon of some of the NBA's greatest stars, he's got to go out and win this game. This is a must-win game. Superstars win this game. The Celtics do not have one superstar on their team right now that is healthy. Giannis has to win this game on his own, and I'm not saying that I won't want contributions from anyone else, because the rest of the team's got to show up too. But this is Giannis's game, and he's got to take control of it. He has to be the guy tonight, and I'd love to see Middleton play really well, keep up that pace as well. But it's got to be the Giannis. It's got to be the Giannis show tonight if we want to win, and I think that it will be. And I think the Bucks are going to win. I really do. With this kind of crowd behind them, Game 6, backs against the wall, the crowd's going to show up in full force. The team is going to know that they're on the brink. And believe me, a motivated Bucks team that knows that it is a loss away from elimination is one of the most scary things any NBA team can go up against. And personally, I don't really even care who the opponent is. If we were facing the Golden State Warriors, I would feel like the Bucks were going to win this game, because they show up for games like this, and I know that we remember the Game 6 losses of past in 2010 with Brandon Jennings, and in 2015 we had that massive blowout. Last year when we made that comeback, that was a part of it. That was a backs against the wall scenario. That's why the Bucks came back. They just got really motivated, and they just took over the game. They lost late, but they powered their way through, and they made it close, and they took the lead. They fell short, but expect something like that. Expect a game like that, only forget falling behind by 25 points. Forget falling behind by 25 points, and just remember what the Bucks did last Game 6 against Toronto, minus falling behind by 25 points. That's what I feel like tonight's going to be like. I don't know if it's going to be necessarily a blowout, but let me tell you, this team is going to be super motivated. They're going to be ready to play. I know they will, and it doesn't matter who the coach is or what the lineup is. In my opinion, it matters what this team is going to bring, and they're going to bring everything at the Celtics. And I don't know if the Celtics are up to it. Last year we faced the Raptors. They were a more experienced team. The Celtics, this is a lot of these young guys' first playoffs. Al Horford is obviously the star for them. He's not a superstar, but he's the glue that mends everyone together. Can they survive a Game 6 in Milwaukee? They weren't able to survive Games 3 or 4, and if it weren't for that late comeback, they would have gotten blown out in Game 4 too. So it's going to be a tough battle for the Celtics to win this game, but Milwaukee, it's in their hands. It's in their hands to win Game 6 and force a Game 7, and I personally think they will. I truly do. At the beginning of the series, I predicted them to win in 6. They lost last game. They lost a chance to win this game in 6, this series in 6. But let me tell you, even forcing a Game 7, like we don't even have to think about winning. Just forcing a Game 7 would be huge for this franchise because they haven't forced a Game 7 in a very, very long time. I can't remember the last time. It might have been 2001 that the last time the Bucks actually forced a Game 7. I don't know, but man, forcing a Game 7 would be absolutely massive. And, even though I'm not confident in their ability to win a Game 7, I feel like anything can happen in a Game 7. Like, it's a Game 7, guys, and we'll just have to see what happens. We got to win this game first before we think about Game 7. So, moving on to the draft here, Packers, I'm representing. I'm really excited for the draft. Not as much as I'm excited for Game 6, but I'm still really excited for the draft. I love this year's draft. This is the most I've been invested in any draft. The Packers picking at 14. I feel like they're going to trade up. And remember that report yesterday where Ian Rappaport said that the Packers are thinking about trading up? I believe it. I think they're going to go all in for a defensive guy, I hope. Denzel Ward, Derwin James, Minkah Fitzpatrick, all guys on the board for the Packers. And one of those are the three guys that I want them to take. And I talked about who the Packers might take at 14. If they don't move up, I think they're going to end up having Marcus Davenport falling into their hands. If they do move up, I think they're going to get one of Minkah, Ward, or Derwin James. So it's going to be a great night for the Packers as well, hopefully. Hopefully they make the right pick. I have full confidence in Brian Gutekunst to make the right pick. And then Brewers versus Cubs. Probably not going to watch this one as much. I love this new rivalry that they have, but man, the other two just triumph over the one game of 162 game season. I'll be a lot more into the Brewers when summertime comes. I'm still thrilled that they're on an 8-game winning streak right now, though. They are playing amazing baseball, and what better way to right the ship as they are leading the NL Central by winning this Cubs series in Chicago. That'd be great. But anyways, guys, that's all I have to say. It's going to be a fantastic night. I hope you guys join me on YouTube Live. I'm going to be live streaming, and it's going to be fantastic. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and be sure to check in with me tonight around 7 o'clock. And go Bucks, go Packers, go Brewers.